Hey players, so a Texas jury has found Aaron Dean, a Fort Worth police officer, guilty of manslaughter for the murder of Atatiana Jefferson on October 12th, 2019 in Fort Worth, Texas. There was a total of 13 people on the jury, of which none of them were black. On October 12, 2019, Atatiana was babysitting her nephew, Zion. They were playing video games and they tried to cook some hamburgers, but they burnt them. So they decided to open up the front door of the home to air it out. A concerned neighbor noticed that the door was open for an extended period and called the non-emergency number. They reported that the door was open and that was unusual. At around 2:25 a.m., Aaron Dean arrived on the scene along with another officer. They initially went to the wrong address, but they came back around to the correct address. They did not identify themselves as police officers when they arrived on the scene, and Aaron Dean testified that this is a part of police protocol. According to him, when they are investigating an open structure, they are not supposed to identify themselves because if there's an assailant in the house, they will give up their position. But during the trial, the prosecutor was able to prove that Aaron Dean and the other officer failed to follow other guidelines. Like Aaron Dean failed to call for backup even though he and the other officer were unable to fully secure the perimeter. Aaron Dean's attorneys was trying to say this was self-defense. They're saying when Aaron Dean went to the back of the home and looked through the window, he saw Atatiana point her weapon at him. But Atatiana's nephew, Zion, who was present during the entire thing, testified that Atatiana never pointed her weapon. He testified that she went and got her weapon when they heard strange noises from outside the house. While Aaron Dean was on the stand, the prosecutor really went in on him about the fact that he did not provide any aid to Atatiana Jefferson after he shot her. Repeatedly, the prosecutor asked him to give himself a grade, and he finally gave himself a grade of a B. But throughout his cross-examination, he had to admit that he did very bad police work. So after 13 hours of deliberation, the jury was able to find him guilty of manslaughter. He faces up to 20 years in prison. Now, he was on trial for murder, which carried a possible sentence of 5 to 99 years in prison. But for some reason, the jury was instructed Wednesday to also consider a lesser offense of manslaughter. After the verdict was read, there was some high emotions inside the courtroom. One lady was removed, but she continued to speak her piece when she got outside.
You will not be able to sleep at night. Every time you open your eyes, you're going to see a tattoo.
That was Aaron Dean's family leaving the courtroom as protesters were outside. My thoughts and love go out to the family of Atatiana Jefferson. May she continue to rest in peace. This is Double D Mobile.